police information about police reports are stored in the cities. The idea of linear regression is which of value for one variable is determined in the relation to the value of another variable.
So we're going to move for the next point, which is scatter plot, simple linear regression. As we can see from the slide, for x1, x2, and x4, we've got a positive linear relationship, while for x3, we've got a negative linear relationship. While for x6, as we can see, we've got a little linear relationship. We've got the highest number of r and r squared, which is for x1 equal to reported violent crime rate per 100,000 residents. So as we can see, for x1 variable, we can see r equal to 0.757, while for r squared, we've got 0.572, which is the highest number r and r squared.
Example for variable x1, y equal to 479.145 plus 0.388 multiplied to 184 equal to 550.537. If the city report violent crime rate per 100,000 resident was 184 people, he would receive 550,537 record offense overall for every million resident. As we can see, for x1 and x2 was rejected. There is a significant relationship between variable and y, and for x3, x4, x5, and x6 was accepted. There is a significant relationship between variable and y.
For the coefficient of determination, we have 6 variables, which is variable 1. If r equals 0.572, then r2 equals 0.563. It means that 56.3% of variation in x is accounted by the variation y, and the rest variation is 43.7%.
Since the r square for all independent variables is 0.613, which is smaller than standard error of the estimate, which is equal to 194.17, so that means the data has not been overfitted, because overfitting will always occurs when a statistical model fits exactly with against its training data.
In the tablet, it shows that x1 and x2 is the highest, and for x3, x4, x5, and x6 is the lowest in the tablet. The higher the value of VIF is, the higher of the collinearity.
X2 and X3 have to rejected because the p-value is below than 5%. The best model is X1 because the p-value almost near with 5%, which is X1 contains a p-value 4.4%.
According to the models comparison in 3.8, the fitted model is multiple linear regression (MLR). The reason for selecting MLR is because it evaluates the relative value of the more variables such as x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, and x6. According to the data, there is no probability of coefficient of equals to 0 between variables. As more predictors are included in the MLR models, regardless of their relationships, R2 keeps increasing.
Variables x2, x3, x4, and x6 are failed to accept the null hypothesis, which indicates the value of alpha is greater than the value p. Other than that, variable x1 and x5 are willing to accept the null hypothesis, which is the both variables shows the value of p is greater than the alpha.
Next, advantages and disadvantages of MLR. For the advantages, MLR can analyze connection between dependent variable and some independent variables. For the disadvantages, MLR techniques sometimes can cause difficulties and inaccurate data. In conclusion, as we know, there is two techniques in linear regression, which is SLR and MLR. Both are useful for gathering and previewing data. As a result, SLR and MLR relevant variables are characterized, approximated, predicted, and logical references are made.